and welcome to another episode of Speaking into the Abyss. I'm your host, Des. This is your host.
Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Hello, Des.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Mm, I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, that's awesome. That's always great to hear.
Yeah, I've had a pretty good day.
Heck yeah, that's amazing. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Well, I've had a really busy day yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Woke up flawless. No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
every day?
Woke up, showered. Then one of our coworkers came over and he does like yard work and stuff, and he removed like this huge bush I have outside that like I've been wanting to get rid of for like the 10 years I've lived at my house.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome that he was able to go do that.
That is really awesome.
Yeah, and then after that, I took my little sister. I got my piercing downsized, the one up here, finally.
Nice.
And then I took her to go get her first ear piercings.
What did she get?
She got her lobes done.
Nice, perfect.
Let me show you a picture.
At the best piercing place ever.
Yes, a black hole. So here's the before. Oh wait.
No piercing.
No piercing.
Ear.
Video of her getting pierced. She did really well.
She's very brave.
And then wait, her quick little reaction at the end. Takes a look. Smiles. Yay.
Yay.
And then she picked these.
Oh, those are so
little
cute
spiders.
little spiders.
I know, they're the first thing that caught her eyes. And she was like, I want these. And I was like, you want these? And I was like, you have to wear these for like a really long time. And she's like, how long's a really long time? Like 6 months to a year before you can even switch them. Just depending on like, you know, how well you take care of them. And like, I'm like, she's a little kid. I don't know how like, well she's going to do at it. So, and she's like, yeah, no, I want those. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, let's like look around and see if there's anything else. And like, there was some other spiders. And like, these were of course not in the like cheaper boxes. These are in the other ones. So the one she ended up getting are white gold. And like, there were some other ones that had little gems in the middle of the spiders. And there was like gold, bronze, and silver.
Right.
And she's like, I kind of like the bronze one. And then the girl's like, that one's like $163 a piece. And I was like, oh gosh. And I was like, you want those ones? And then she's like, oh well, the first ones you looked at are like only $103 a piece. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, do you really want this? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, this is your graduation / birthday gift. So yeah, they're super sweet. Cute. And then she's so funny. She's like, oh gosh, mom's gonna be so mad. I was like, no, she won't. It's fine.
Yeah.
Your
mom knew about it or no?
No, yeah, she had to go and like sign because it's, you know.
Or she meant about like the what she got, like the
no, because they left because mom had to go back to work. So like she just signed the paperwork and then left.
Yeah, I see.
So
That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
I was like, dang,
they're cute.
They are cute
little earrings.
Yeah, I was like, all right. I was like, $300. I'm like, 2 presents. I was like, that's fine. I'm like, it's like a lifetime gift, you know?
Yeah.
I'd be like, those holes, those are for me.
That's cute.
And I told her, I was like, don't lose the little, you know, spiders. Because then, like, she could use them whenever later in life, too. Or even I could borrow them.
Oh, yeah.
Josh was like, yeah. He's like, well, you got little 14 white gold spiders on your ears. Take care of them. But yeah, she was good.
That's nice. That's so cool.
Yeah, and then after that, I rushed home because I was supposed to have a vent cleaning done just for maintenance at home. And like their window was from 12 to 2. And luckily, so my downsize was at 11. Her appointment was at 11:15. Luckily, we finished at like 11:40, which I didn't think it was going to take long, but you never know if they're running behind or something.
Right.
And then, so I drop off my sister with my mom, and then I like go home, and then I'm just like waiting. And then it's like almost time for me to go to therapy. And I was like, dude, where are these people? So, and my sister's like, what if the appointment's not even today? And I was like, no, it is. I was like, I wrote it down. I talked to the lady, like, blah, blah. Dude, I was on the phone with the lady for like almost an hour to make 2 appointments. So it's like, I definitely wrote it down. Like, I got it. And then I called, and then apparently they left a voicemail on a number that like is no longer like related to me at all, and like they never confirmed or like made sure that I knew that the appointment was changed. So I thought that was pretty annoying.
That is annoying, actually.
But yeah, because then I was like, I felt bad because my sister, the older sister, wanted to go to the gym. And I was like, oh no, please wait just in case they come.
Right.
And then like, I felt bad because she could have gone to the gym and I could have been like not worrying about them coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after that, just went to therapy, which was great. You know, always a good time.
Always.
And then after that, I went and got some Friday the 13th flashes.
Nice.
Yes.
Let me see.
Here's one.
Okay.
And then I know.
Wait, hold on.
Here, let me turn.
Oh, cute. Okay, so for the people listening, the first tattoos, and you'll post a picture.
Okay, yeah.
You'll post a picture. Okay, the first one says, "Let them."
Yes.
And then that's on her. What do you call
like
that?
The outside of my wrist. I
guess, outside
or
of her wrist,
close to the wrist, forearm. I guess.
Outer,
I don't know.
Outer wrist.
Outer. Yes, outer.
And then her other tattoo is like on the back of her forearm. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
And
yeah, above my elbow.
Yeah, above her elbow, and it says
"Made of love."
Made of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought those are cute. I was like, I really like I got them from the Ink Space, and all her flashes, like she of course has spooky ones, but I like that she has a variety. Like it's not just like Friday the 13th. And I like had told her that. I was like, because they added a bunch this time, and I was like, I've been like waiting to get Friday the 13th flashes from her for like a few years now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because I haven't really like loved any of the designs, which is like, remember we were looking at some last year, but they were booked out, or like the year before. Yeah.
Yes.
So she added a bunch, and I was telling her like, I really love all the designs you have and like the ones you added. And she's like, well, you know, I tattoo the girls, theys, gays, and I know what they want, and they deserve better than ugly 13s and
that's
whatever.
So funny.
And she's like, but I always have like spooky stuff, of course. And I was like, dang, yeah that's true. I was like, dang.
That's very cool.
But yeah, so I went and I did that. And then after that, me and my sister went to the gym. Watched Love Island before the gym, actually. But yeah.
You said you finished it?
So it comes out every day except Wednesday. There's no Love Island at all. And then on Sundays, they have After Sun, which is like, I don't know, I've never watched any of them. We usually they usually like bring back past Islanders or like people that got booted off the island and stuff and do interviews and stuff.
Okay.
And I just haven't cared to watch any.
Right.
But yeah, so. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still going.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're caught up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As soon as they come out. And I actually got one of my friend's grandmas watching it too. And they love it. Yeah. So.
Nice. That's very fun and cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Before I came over here, we just like watched the latest episode from today, and like there's this one girl, so you know, like I know you've never seen Love Island, right? Have you ever seen any of the seasons?
I watched a couple episodes with you.
Okay, but you never watched it through, right?
No.
Yeah. So like there's always like, I've only seen a few seasons too, I haven't seen them all, but there's always like the one couple that like from the beginning end up like staying together.
Yeah.
And so in this season, it's this girl named Huda and Jeremiah. And like they're kind of toxic together. Okay, they're rarely toxic together. And like every time people come in, like she's very like, that's mine, back away vibe.
Okay.
And like people don't really like that because like, you know, the whole idea is like you're there to like meet the love of your life, so why are you gonna close yourself off if like, you know, there's
like what was the point of coming here then?
Yeah, kind of. So
if like there wasn't a question, I guess.
Yeah, but then and then like their kind of rebuttal at first was like, well, like, isn't this what this show is? Like if you find someone you like, why wouldn't you stick it out with them if you feel that strong? But then so like this new girl comes in, a bombshell comes into the villa. And like, you know, they do little challenges or whatever. So in this one, they're like tied up.
Oh, I seen a clip of this.
And then like, did you see it? And like, she's like leaned back. And
she said, what did she say?
She's like,
said,
bitch, if you don't stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, and then, okay, but does she have an opportunity to kiss people too? Or?
Yes. Yeah. So there's like games and stuff and challenges. And like right before the girl bombshell comes in, 2 guy bombshells come in and kiss them all.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And I seen comments saying like, well, she had no issue kissing them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. There's like mixed reviews because it's like some people are like like just let them be because like there's been couples before that just stay together and don't date anyone else.
Yeah.
But then people are like, oh, well, like she's just like too toxic about it. But I don't know. It's a lot of drama. They like in this last episode. So America voted, and America voted him with the new girl. So she's been like crashing out hard. And dude, they're so fucked up there. The dudes are like, or no, I can't remember if I think a girl said it first, was like, oh great, here comes Hurricane Huda. And like I was like, dang, that's so fucked up that's like her coins, like whatever, crash out. And like low key, the girls are kind of making me upset because they're all kind of like friends or whatever. And like, okay, Huda, she's like, the first time a girl walked in, she was like, blah, 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 I don't trust that bitch, blah, 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 whatever, whatever.
Okay.
And then like when she didn't get with Jeremiah, she was like, okay, whatever, they're cool. Same with this one. Like, she's like talking shit about her, like, oh, I don't like the way, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of this episode, she's like, they voted to keep like one of them there, so it's like her or this other bombshell that didn't get chosen. And then like that new girl that like is paired up with her ex-man now stood behind her on her side, and she's like, that girl, I was so mean to her, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, that's cool, that at least that she's like, hey, I fucked up, I was rude, blah blah blah. And like because America voted her and him to like not be in a couple, like she just kind of like was like, well, what are they seeing, what am I not seeing? And then I thought it was kind of crazy like for her mind to be like, oh, what did he do? Because like they're literally together.
I see what you're saying.
They're literally together almost all of the time. And I know we don't see all of the footage, of course, but like it looks like they're always together most of the time. So I was like, when would he have found the time to like,
maybe she's, I don't know.
but yeah, so I was like, okay, whatever. But then to get back to like my point, so like they saved them one time or whatever. And then this other time, they're like all talking about how like, oh, she needs to stop because like she really, really fell in love with this guy.
Yeah.
She's like crying. She's like going through it. And like, even though it's only been like a week or so, whatever, like, she's just really into this guy. And like, so she's like heartbroken. She's crying. She's like throwing fits. Like and that's why people are like, oh yeah, she's crashing out hella hard over him. And then the girls that are like her friends are like saying like, oh, well, if she doesn't do this or like blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I just think it's kind of like fake that they're not like, hey, this is how we feel, or like, hey girl, like you're being too crazy, like, hey, instead of like telling literally all the other girls except her, they're like in the makeup room like, oh yeah, if she doesn't fucking blah 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, well, fucking tell her so she could know. Yeah, I don't know, it's getting juicy, and it's almost time for the fucking Casa Amor where they bring in hella dudes and hella girls and they like split for like a few days. So
I've seen that on one of the other seasons before.
So I'm excited to see what happens. And so in the last episode, they did a recoupling, and they have this door, and the girl either unlocks it for a person or doesn't. And so you pick who you want to couple up with, and you go to open the door. If it's unlocked, you guys are a couple, and if it's locked, you're not. So that one other guy that ended up going home tried to get in a door and didn't. And then at the end, it was Huda, and then the new girl's name is Iris, and Jeremiah was the last one to pick. He ended up going to Iris's door, and they both had the door unlocked for him. But because whoever was left alone was vulnerable, so then they end up sending that dude home instead of her. It was really interesting because me and my sister thought it was going to be more of a like, all the guys were going to be on this side, all the girls on this side, and it was actually one of the guys was on her side. And then as he walks up, she like tries to like grab his hand to like thank him or whatever, like and then he said, I can't remember if he said hell no or fuck no or something, but then me and my sister were like, what, why is he on her side? And then wouldn't grab her hand. So like we weren't sure if like he did it because he's paired up with one of her friends now, and he's like, I'm gonna like go with my girl, or whatever. But I thought that was really interesting. And then we thought that Iris was also going to vote to keep the other guy. And then Jeremiah went to that guy and she went to Huda. And we were like, what's going on? Like, it's really interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those shows be drama, dude. Those shows be crazy. That's how they get you keep watching.
Keep watching every night. Every night.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my Love Island update if anyone's watching.
That's cool. I love that for you, honestly. Yes. Gotta have a good show that you're like really into sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's like really like fun too that everyone's watching it together. Like it was like right when it comes out and then like right after all these TikToks. Like my TikToks are flooded of people like being so funny or so dumb. Or I was gonna say I actually saw this girl today made a TikTok that so Huda has a baby and a baby daddy, and like not a lot of people know because she's like doesn't really want to tell people, I guess. So she tells Jeremiah and then she tells like all the girls and then one of the guys, like, but she's trying to keep it under wraps. And then her baby daddy posted a TikTok saying like, I don't know if it was a TikTok or a post or whatever, but basically said, I don't watch this show. I don't know what's going on. I just keep seeing clips of my baby mama, blah, 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 blah. And basically like said, I know it's just a TV show, but you need to know she's looking for love or whatever. And he's like, but just know whatever you guys do is going to affect her mental well-being. And me as a co-parent with her, I'm worried about her sanity for our kid, basically is what he was getting at. So he's like, please try to be mindful, blah, 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 blah.
That she's a mother.
Yeah. And then someone in the comments, which I don't know if there's any truth to it or whatever, because I don't know if it's seasons I haven't seen or not, but then one of the comments I read was like, don't forget, because of this show, because of what people said, 3 people have killed themselves because of like comments online or whatever. And I was like, what? I was like, crazy that I've never heard of it. I don't know if it's true. I didn't do any
look it up?
I didn't look it up.
Okay.
I like, it was like so quick. And then I think like my sister said something and I like asked her about it. And then I think the show came back on. So then we like forgot about it. But yeah,
that's crazy.
But I was like, dang, that's crazy, because if it is true, I've never heard anything about it. But also it wouldn't be the first time we never hear anything about stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Damn.
Yeah,
there's layers.
But what have you been up to?
I've been playing Fortnite. Okay, and listen to this.
I'm listening.
I'm at work, right?
Yeah.
And we work with some fathers.
Yeah.
People who are fathers.
Yes.
And Fortnite for Father's Day released the I don't know if they re-released them or whatever, but it's Bob from Bob's Burgers, Cleveland from the Cleveland Show, and Hank from King of the Hill, and they all have like you know, the axe, the emotes, the whatever, like these little bundles.
Definitely the first time. I've never seen that before.
They're so cute. And it's like for Father's Day or whatever. It says like the cartoon dads or something like that. And so I was like, I don't know why. I mean, I know that some of them play video games, so I was like, oh, do you guys play Fortnite?
Yeah.
And tell me why they looked at each other like. And then they looked back at me and I was like, what? And they were like, Fortnite? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, what did they say? I don't know, but I was like, well, anyway, they came out with, and I told them what they came out with. And I was like, I just thought it was really cute, you know, like for Father's Day. And they were like, Fortnite with Sabrina Carpenter. And I was like, yeah. And then they were like laughing and like giggling to each other. Heck? And then they kind of like, whatever. It was like kind of like they walked away, whatever it was. And I was like, I guess I just don't understand. I guess I'm like out of the loop.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But I was like, okay, am I like a dweeb for like liking Fortnite? Is that what the joke is?
I don't know. I know a lot of grown men that play Fortnite. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know a lot of men are like, oh, that looks like too like kiddish because it's like so colorful and stuff. I'm like, sorry, you guys like to play boring like games with like dull gray colors, like that feel depressing and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
But I was like, okay, anyway. So anyway, I was playing Fortnite and I did some cleaning, a little bit of cleaning.
Nice.
A little bit of cooking. I made this really yummy snack. It was like a piece of bread with cream cheese on it.
Like a bagel?
Bacon and
okay, nice.
Peach is like a spicy peach jam. And it's so good. It was so
You lost me at spicy.
Yeah, but it was really, really good. Yeah, and then what else? I've been looking at my hamster, just watching her.
Yeah, how's she doing?
She's doing good.
Did you tell the pod her name? I can't remember.
I don't know. Her name's Tenenbaum.
And where's that from?
It's from BioShock.
Yes.
If you know, you know. Anyway, but yeah, she's just been like making her little nests and stuff, like in each little spot. Cute. Eating, drinking, being a hamster.
Yeah.
She's very fast on her wheel. She be flying. It's like, I don't know, we
should change her name to Lightning McQueen.
She's so quick.
Ciao.
Can't even see her sometimes. She's a blur.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and hanging out with the doggos.
Nice.
Going outside. I've been looking at my sunflowers. I've been growing sunflowers.
Nice.
I have to get new pots. That's what I was asking if you had pots.
Yeah, I'm like, I definitely do have to find them.
Yeah, I just have to repot them before they get, what is it, root bound or whatever.
Oh, that takes a while.
I don't know.
Because are they new sunflowers?
They're kind of big. I mean, they're not like, but they're
have
like
you looked at their roots though?
I can't see through the thing.
No, but like, have you like felt in there?
No.
Oh, you could just poke around in there.
I'm scared to hurt them.
You're scared? No, just be gentle. I was to say, it takes like a really, really long time for them to get like crazy root bound. But yeah, actually, my cat, my little kitten, you know how I used to have my ZZ plant like on my table?
Mm-hmm.
I like woke up and like I literally saw, whatever, walk to the bathroom, come out of the bathroom. And there's like fucking ZZ plants everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? She like, I don't know if she bit, chomped, whatever, like demolished most of it. And I was so sad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. There's literally like, I was so happy because it was like so big and it's growing. And I was like, I've had this plant for years now and it's like getting so big. And then whomp. It literally, I mean, it's still okay. It has like way less. But
damn, what a bummer.
And I was like, damn, dude, I forgot about this because like I remember Milo used to like he like fucked up my big ass monster I had, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then he chilled. Like he's like, oh, okay, it's a plant. It's chill. Yeah. And then like I was like, oh wow, Aylin and Juno don't fucking understand. Like they can't touch the plants. Then literally when I was at work on Friday, my sister sends me a picture and she's like, oh no, they knocked over the plants. My snake plant that I have in the bathroom.
Aww.
And she's like, I picked it up and put it in there. And I was like, oh no. And when I went to like repot it in there, it kind of like ripped all the roots. There's a little bit. So I'm hoping it doesn't die. But I don't know.
Oh,
and that one's getting so big too. And I'm like, ah.
You think they're done? You think
I don't know. It? Fingers crossed. I told one of my friends about it and she was like, remember when I thought, she's like, I don't know if I showed you, but like her ZZ plant basically like looked like it was dead and like there was nothing and now it's thriving.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that, I'm not sure about the snake plant. I'm hoping like it'll reroot. So I'm just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope they can. Yeah, and then I went swimming. I had a lot of fun. I just kind of like walked around the pool.
Okay.
I walked like from
you weren't
the
even
3 feet.
You weren't
to
even
the
inside.
Yeah, around the outside the pool. No, like from the 3 feet to like the 5 feet up to like my chin, like when it started getting to my chin. Then I would walk back, and then I would walk all the way back in, and then whatever. And at some point, I went in under like all the way, and then I sat there in the sun. And then as like I opened my eyes and everything was blue, and I was like, I have to go inside. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I was like, the sun is frying my eyes or something. Okay. I mean, why was everything blue? And then, I don't know. That's crazy. And then, like, everything kind of went back to normal color eventually. Okay.
Interesting. I've never had that happen to me.
It was crazy. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. And then I played Age of Empires, but it's like this mythology one. Yeah. So that's really fun. I don't know how to explain it. And then I've been playing this Barbie game that's on Game Pass. Yeah. It's alright. It's fun. I don't know what I'm looking for. I feel like I've been jumping game to game. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for something special. Fortnite's like a pastime. Yeah. But nothing's really hitting right now. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for suggestions. Anybody? And then just been watching YouTube.
Nice. Anyone in particular?
Yeah, I've been watching Queso, the streamer, a lot. Yeah. Love those videos. He's been playing some game where you get like stranded on an island. Uh-huh. And a laundromat one. And, okay. Yeah, like they're pretty cool games. Nice. But yeah.
Oh, I also got a pedicure today with this beautiful blue nail polish that Des gave me for, was it Christmas or my birthday?
Your birthday?
I think so, yeah. So beautiful, sparkly.
It's very dark cute. Blue. Yes.
Very beautiful.
Nice.
Yes. And I went to this one place and like they only had room for like one pedicure, and like I took my sister and then we went to this one place me and her had gone before, and they're just so quick there. Mm-hmm. Like the first time we went, I was like, wow, this is a really fast pedicure, like done in and out in 30 minutes. And it's done right. And like, it doesn't really feel like 30 minutes. It feels a little bit longer, but I was like, dang, these people, they've just been doing it for so long that they're just like in and out. Yeah. This time too, like 30 minutes in and out. And I was like, crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you prefer like an in and out process with that kind of stuff?
I don't know. I guess like most of the time I'm like, oh, I'm going to go relax or whatever. Take your time. But like today I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind being done sooner because it was like before Love Island.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Sure. Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, it's really good. Like if you're on a time crunch, you know, an in and out, which I think like a lot of the time people look for that in anything they do, like go somewhere where it's done faster because you're just always in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, you know, go on your lunch break really quick or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been reading anything?
I've been reading a book called like The Long Walk. Yeah, it's by Stephen King, and they're gonna make a movie about it soon. The trailer's already been out. I see it sometimes when I go see movies, but I wanted to read the book before the movie comes out, so obviously I get the idea. But basically, it's about these guys, young men, or like 17 to 18, 19-year-olds, I think. I think there's some even older men. Maybe it's a different range of men. I don't know what it's based on yet. But there's these guys. They're only guys. There's no girls.
Okay.
And they have to walk with these military dudes in front of them and behind them. And they like basically keep pace. And they have like backpacks and like stuff that they could bring in, then like rations and stuff that they're given, and then they have to keep like a pace. Okay. And if they don't keep pace, they get warned, and after 3 warnings, you die.
Crazy.
Yeah, and basically they walk until only one person's left. So
yeah,
whatever that means. Like if everyone's keeping pace, if everyone's whatever, it's just until you die of like a heart attack or something. Like you just die, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the only way to win, and I guess they get like a bunch of money. but it's about like I guess the characters who are doing
Nice,
it.
nice.
But yeah, it's been pretty interesting. Yeah, what about you? Have you been reading anything? Listening?
No. Well, okay, that's a lie. Last night when I was cleaning up a little, was it last night? Yeah, after I got out of the shower, I was cleaning a little bit. I was like mainly cleaning to like create a like I just have like clothes everywhere. I've been trying to like redo my like drawers in my closet and like trying to get rid of stuff. So I just have like clothes all over the place. And I was like, oh, great. These vent people are coming. I was like, I need to make sure they have like a clear path to the vent and stuff and not like have anything crowding them.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like cleaning. And then I was like, just like emptying out like my bags and stuff. And I was like, oh, my Kindle, which like, dude, the battery life on those things is crazy. But to be fair, I haven't been reading it. But like, since I got it, I just charged it that one day and it was still like at 30 something %.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that's been like months now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I was like, oh, I'll just charge it up again. So I just charged it. And then like, I was like, oh, let me unplug it. Charges really quick too. And then I was like, and then I opened it and I read like 3 pages of my book and like was slowly remembering what's going on in the fucking Queen of Shadows. And I was like, damn, dude. I was like, I need to start reading again. I need to find the time to read it. Or maybe I'll take it to work and read at work, like on my breaks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I just got 3 pages in. And then I was like, oh, me and my sister went to Barnes and Noble because she's looking for a book.
Yeah.
And then, well, she wasn't looking for a book. We were just in the area and I was like, oh, we should go. And then she ended up getting a book. And then I was like, dang, me and Des should come to Barnes and Noble and pick out a book for our little
Book
thing.
club.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so down.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you go to Grassroots too, wherever.
That's what I was saying. We should read Animal Farm.
Yeah, so what's that about?
Get it at Grassroots. It's about a farm. It's about a bunch of animals who have consciousness on a farm.
Okay.
And the farmer.
So you don't want to go to
some
the
of them
bookstore
better than the others, I think. We can go. I was just saying that you should go get that book because I think that's a good book to start with.
Cool. Yeah. Definitely.
And then we should go to
we should go to that one. We should go to a few, I guess.
I like going to Barnes and Noble.
I know. I just like hate going to bookstores because I'm always so tempted to buy like books, and I'm like, do I need more books that I haven't read on my shelf yet?
Yeah, I know, but
like low-key, yeah.
That's also for me has been my motivation is buying new books.
Okay.
Because I'm like, okay, let me buy one, and then I'm like, okay, good, I have to finish this other one before I can read this one, you know? And I'm so excited. So then I finish them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm down to go. I went to Grassroots before my tattoo and like the little window I had open because I saw a book at Barnes and Noble, and like Grassroots is a local bookstore in town. I don't know if it's just in Reno, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a chain or anything, but local bookstore in town. You could sell your books and donate. They have new used books. And then so I saw this book I wanted at Barnes and Noble, and it was like $40, and they only had the hardcover, and I was like, I don't know.
What's the book?
So it's the Mel Robbins Let Them book. I listened to the audiobook and I was like, oh, I like it. I want a physical copy.
Nice.
But I also was like, I don't want to spend $40 right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, so whatever. And then I was like, after therapy, I was telling my therapist that I was going to get this tattoo, the Let Them tattoo. And then she was like, oh, that book's good. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I want to get a copy of it. And then I was like, I should call Grassroots. So when I left, I called and I was like, hey, do you guys have this book? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, what's the price on it? They're like, 23 whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like gonna go pick it up. I was like, oh, they probably have the paperback. It was the hardcover one for half the price. And I was like, sick.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the guy was like, this is a really popular book. People are calling every day and getting it. And I was like,
nice.
Sick. And then I went and he's like, hey, did you call? I was like, yeah, I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Bookstores are fun, guys.
Yeah, I love books. I love it right now. It's just been like such a fun little pastime.
Yes, yeah.
And a good thing to talk about. What a good like with other people who read books, it's so fun to be like, oh, what's your favorite book
Or like,
you
what
read
are you reading right
recently?
now?
Yeah, like what's been your favorite right
Yeah.
now? And to hear like the different types of genres, but then also like the different kinds of stories that people are so interested in and
No, yeah,
stuff.
it's crazy because like people like I've never like done like mystery books or like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I was just talking about it, whatever. Whenever I started the fucking A Court of Thorns and Roses, I was like, oh, I guess I like fantasy books or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like do the, I guess, rush of what is it? Positive feelings. What is it called?
Dopamine?
Serotonin,
Serotonin. Okay.
dopamine that you get when you recommend a book and they're like, what? And they want to read it and they like write it down and then they actually go read it is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I know. It's like it always makes me sad that people like a lot of people don't like to read.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I'm like, you
Well,
don't like
yeah.
a good life or what?
Well, and then some people don't like, I don't know what it is, but it's like they're also like opposed to audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's okay to like I guess like if you want to listen to audiobooks, it's like that's your choice. That's fun for you. That's how you want to intake your information.
Yeah.
That's cool. But like to not even want to try anything at all, to be like,
Yeah.
nah, just
Well, it's
whatever.
like,
I
and I
don't
feel
want
like
to read
those
at
people are
all.
the same people that also don't like podcasts,
Oh yeah,
don't like
maybe.
podcasts, and really like to read articles either,
Yeah.
which is like fine, but then also like, I don't know, don't you want to keep learning? I mean,
I
like,
don't know what I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know
I'm
what
always trying to
turns
learn new
people off.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they do YouTube videos. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like,
I don't
oh,
know.
I'm watching this YouTube series called The Great Gatsby. I'm like, oh, crazy.
I saw this clip of something online that was talking about like people that like so many people on the internet. Well, I guess people who have access to the internet practice this like way of life that is like they are so passionate about things that they know nothing about.
Interesting. Yeah.
And so that causes obviously them to argue with people and stuff like that on the internet, but it's like so based in nothing because they don't know
Okay.
nothing
Yeah.
about it, but they just want to argue kind of
Yeah.
thing. And it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it's just it's crazy that so many people are like on the internet doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
And I guess that kind of goes with like gives more base to like not arguing with people online because you're probably just
Yeah.
arguing with someone
I
who
was
doesn't
gonna,
even know what the
yeah, I
fuck
was
they're
say I
talking
like,
about.
I've never argued with anyone online, and even like, I've never even comment online on most things
Yeah.
really because I'm like, I don't even want to like deal with
I
any
have
of
an
it.
open, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm like, and I'm not online. Like, I don't really like sometimes I'm like sometimes I wish I was more online, but I'm not like I don't really get on Reddit too much, and I don't really like, people are really on like a bunch of websites or forums or blogs
oh
and like
yeah,
doing like they're like really online, and I'm like,
yeah.
no, I was like, I'm not.
And like I guess I'm not either in that capacity. I
Yeah.
guess when you are, the more you are, maybe you are more subjectable to that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But I just feel like you can even sometimes accidentally get into an argument nowadays on the
Yeah.
internet because you're just like you're just like even posting something that you're just thinking or whatever it is, and then it's like someone thinks like they have to be so upset about it or something, or
Yeah.
like that you meant it towards them or something. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know, like when you talk about barefoot-footed people in public and then somebody comments and they think that you're attacking them because they like to be barefooted in
Yeah.
public, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, I was just saying like how dangerous it could be.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I wasn't saying like don't live your life.
Yeah, I do, guys. I be barefoot
You
all
know
the
what I
time.
mean?
I like remember like as a child, I definitely lost like my toenail a few times because I would like cut it or bang it on something because I was
Yeah.
always barefoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So CBS posted a TikTok about NORS, NORS, which is the National Overdose Response Service.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hotline you can call. if you're going to do drugs and you're worried about
so you're not
overdosing.
alone.
Yeah. So you call them, they ask you what you're taking, and then they kind of chat with you. It's kind of like hanging out with someone when you're getting high, and they just want to make sure that you don't go down or
that you stay responsive.
Yeah.
Because then if you do become unresponsive, they can send help to you.
Yes.
And minimize the risk of you dying or overdosing.
Yes.
It's a pretty cool system. I think that everyone should know about it so you can tell other people about it and they can tell their friends about it, etc., etc. I think that Narcan should be more normalized and distributed because overdoses happen in all kinds of things.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe. So I'm going to do a kind of like last time, remember I did like a mass posting dump. I was like posting a thing every day, kind of like on our past episodes. So I'm going to backtrack and figure out like what episode our last post was on and then try to like backtrack, and I might have to like figure out what I said I was going to post and actually post it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Well, good luck. Sounds like a feat for sure, but I believe in you.
Yeah, I was like, I got to give our listeners what they want.
And boy, howdy do they want it.
Yeah, I'm like, they're, hitting us up like, hey, you said you're going to post this and like, where is it? And I'm like, sorry guys. April 22nd was the last post we made. April. Damn, that's a while back.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's not too bad, actually.
I don't know.
It's not too bad.
Okay. Hey. One a week.
Hey, you know what? You could post them too. Don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you.
Hey.
Don't let me stop you.
Hey, I get it. I just said it might be a little difficult, but I believe in you.
Yeah, well, yeah, just a little catch up. So.
Yeah. Have you seen the strawberry and chocolate chip salsa thing?
No.
Where they make chips out of chocolate?
No.
And then they cut up strawberries and they eat it with the chocolate chips.
Okay, cute. No, I would not seen that.
It sounds so good. And I want to do it so bad.
Do it. Listen to your heart.
Yeah, I want to. I might do it.
I was excited. Maybe we'll post that once you make them.
Yeah, a video of us eating them. It would be ASMR.
On our Patreon in the expensive tier.
Yeah,
the expensive tier is like $2. So like my mindfulness has been pretty good. I've been, being very intentional and stuff. I'm like the worst at like making my lunch. So I've been getting up earlier to make it, but I really want to just try to do it like the night before. I feel like that would be the easiest, but then it's like in the night I'm like either doing something else and I was like, oh, I'll just do it in the morning. And then in the morning I'm like, oh, I should have just did it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. We should do a potluck one day, you and me, for lunch.
Okay.
That
sounds really fun.
I know. Make everyone.
I also suck at packing my lunches, though.
Me too. That's why I've been doing a lot of Sammy's.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know. Dude, I'll tell you off air, actually.
Okay.
But, I've been sketching at a new sketchbook, and I got new sketching pencils with colorful lead.
Ooh.
And I've decided that I'm dedicating this sketchbook, or at least most of it, to anatomy and trying to just like practice anatomy.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm, that's kind of like what I'm most excited about doing recently.
Nice.
Is like sketching in there, but I haven't really been drawing.
Yeah.
And nothing digital recently.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. No art at all, if I'm being quite honest.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I don't know. But do you know what else I was thinking of? So I was listening to, okay, we were having a conversation the other day about how we have seen a little bit of a drop in our listeners, like our median listener number. And I was listening to a different podcast that was talking about how during the summer months, everybody's numbers dip because nobody's inside just listening.
Yeah.
Everyone's outside doing things and interacting with other people. So they don't really have like the want to get on things and listen to things. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah. Well, it's crazy because like literally when me and my sister went to the gym last night, I was like, why is there so many people here? And then she was like, it's probably because it's the summer. And I was like, I was like, okay. I was like, I guess that makes sense. People are trying to get fit.
Yeah, I guess so. But when do you think they try to do it before the summer?
It's better late than never, right?
True. Well, it's always a good time to start.
Well, then I feel like also maybe like a lot of people who like had to go like maybe before school and work now have like
all the time.
Yeah, they're like, oh, go like later tonight or whatever.
Yeah.
And even, at my gym, even though I was like, oh, there's all these people, it's like 6 other people.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's still really nice and chill in there.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting.
What is that workout that is like with the leg warmers and the steps?
Oh, jazzercise? Is that what it's called?
I don't know, something like that. I feel like I want to do that. That seems fun.
You didn't used to do it on the Wii before?
I never had a Wii.
Oh wow.
No, it's not they had Nintendo.
Like so we had the Wii and then there's like the Wii Fit and it's this little like platform and then like for one of the games they have like a step workout and you just like your little little me. Yeah, it's so much fun.
PlayStation had like a games thing where you like play swords, you play like disc golf,
nice,
all these other things, fencing.
Yeah,
but like no jazzercise.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Wii Sports had like bowling, tennis, and like it's fun. Like you'd play with like someone else in the room. You guys both be like, psh.
My cousin had it, so I definitely played like or made a me or whatever it's called. But yeah,
that'd be cool. You should do it. I bet you. The
Xbox
so
had the
cute.
Kinect. I don't know if that had anything that was like as similar.
I don't know. I know they had like the Zumba or like the Just Dance or.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. It's not related to that at all, so I don't know why I thought you were gonna say that. But they had that one where you could have a pet tiger or something. And, like, you could pet it with a Kinect.
Oh my god, that's so funny! I did not have that.
In horrible news. Recently, there's been, and we've talked about it a few times on this podcast, like as a pedestrian being safe walking around on the streets.
Yes.
But as a driver, being aware of other drivers and yourself. Well, recently there was a horrible head-on collision that killed both the person. So one person was driving super fast, speeding the opposite on the wrong side of the road.
Oh my!
And they head on with somebody else, and they both died.
Crazy.
It's really crazy, and it's like really scary and sad.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's more and more car accidents like every day. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just like an uptick in like coverage on it, or if it's always been this bad, or it is genuinely getting worse.
I wonder if it's because like, well, right now we have like a whole new like generation of drivers coming in, so maybe like everyone's just learning how to drive and they're just like not the best or like distracted or like you know how you're not supposed to have people with you in the car too soon. Maybe they are and they're just like too excited, or maybe people just don't care. I don't know. It's crazy. Maybe it's because it's the summertime too, and maybe I wonder if there's a lot of people driving under the influence, whether that's like high or drunk or
I hope
whatever.
Not, but you never know until you know. And I don't know how old anybody was.
Yeah.
just that they're both gone.
That's crazy. That sucks. When was that? Was it recently?
Yeah, it was like the other night.
Dang.
Yeah, super sad. So just be safe out there, whether you're a driver or pedestrian. If you're not impaired, that doesn't mean the other people around you aren't. So always drive cautiously. That's like part of driving.
Yeah.
Get home safe to your family and friends.
Yes.
But hit us with the words of the day, Jess.
Okay, yes. Our word of the day today is jeopardize.
Jeopardize.
It means something or someone is to put them at risk or in danger.
To jeopardize something is what? To put them to put something at risk or in danger.
Someone. Yeah.
Or someone in danger. Okay.
So like those drivers jeopardized each other.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Go ahead.
Tabbed over to our slang and trending. Our first one, new one, house.
What's that?
To eat or drink all of something very quickly.
How would you use that?
I literally hear someone that we know that always say like, "Oh, I housed that. All those hot dogs are off." Yeah. But yes. And number 2, we have neg.
Right.
To manipulate someone by eroding their confidence and self-esteem.
Right.
Yes.
Too many people do that.
Number 3, we still have based. Number 4, we have crash out. And then number 5, we have fridge.
Wait, what was fridge?
Remember that was the one last week that was top, I believe. To kill / harm a character in a movie, show, etc.
Oh, yeah.
To motivate another. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. House. Let's house. I don't know.
Oh, I thought
Let's house the food and not let any go to waste.
I like that. I thought you were gonna like try to invite me out to dinner right now and be like, let's house all this, and then you're gonna say like something that we were gonna eat right now.
I wish. We record so late, nothing's ever open.
That's a lie. I can think of one place right now. Actually, a few. It's 11.
Nah, everyone's closed.
In-N-Out.
Oh. I guess I forgot. Wingstop is open this late?
Yeah, till like 12.
No
Some
way.
places 12:30.
No way.
Yeah, I wonder what the time is at the one right by. Oh, yeah, they're still open for sure. For shizzle.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
But no, that's not what I was gonna say.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Anyway, with that being said, have a great day, great evening, and good night.
Bye.